when I get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
recording is in progress.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, the questions today are starting off with what is it that brings you to this community that you need to help you with your business, that you're looking for help with your business?
I'm still trying to figure out how to post videos on LinkedIn. Like you post yours. I mean, I post mine on TikTok every day, but I don't know how to get those videos onto TikTok as well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
or even YouTube. Even I've got a YouTube channel, but I've never used it yet,
So you want to know how to post videos on YouTube?
and LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn
Okay.
more because that's you're the expert on LinkedIn, so.
Yeah.
I've been in several different trainings on YouTube, and I have over 1,000 people who have subscribed to my channel,
Wow.
and I have hundreds of videos, but my channel has been up for many years. So I started using YouTube quite a while ago, but I haven't figured out how to monetize it yet. So I don't feel really like I'm an authority to help you monetize, but I can show you how to post videos on YouTube.
Even I figured out how to do that.
Good girl. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
I also know one lady was in Legacy Builders who quit TikTok altogether because all they kept sending her were bots and boyfriend requests. And so she tried starting another channel on there and still got them. So she just totally quit and went straight over to YouTube.
Wow. Hello, Kurt.
Hey, sorry I'd be late. Lost track of time.
We all do that. I have to set an alarm every hour throughout my day so that I get reminded to check my calendar to make sure I don't miss something.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to write it in mine in all different colours for coding, for what's legacy and what's yours.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, wow.
Jacqueline's affiliate marketing. Oh,
that's a good idea.
There's a lot. So yeah.
And especially
so now I just do my favorites. Like I get on Christine's because I really want to learn LinkedIn, but I find, one of the things you just asked Christine was, what do we want to learn more about? And I find I get on these, I start searching the groups and then I just look at the groups. I'm like, that's nothing like what I just typed in. Why is that coming up? And how do I know if that's even like good inventory in that group and things like that? And then I start going through the AA and the AB and I'm like, I'm totally confused.
Okay. It took me a while. It took me a while to get that figured out as well. So don't feel bad. So we could just have a session where I just talk about how to and walk you through. You guys could maybe have the Zoom on one piece of equipment and then have your computer open so that you can be doing it on your computer actually while we're doing the class.
Oh, that's an idea.
Does that sound like a plan?
Sure. How are you doing, Christine?
I'm doing really well, thanks. I had just a plain old stomach flu.
Okay.
Knocked me right out. I ended up in the ER. They pumped me full of electrolytes and I went out of there singing.
Yeah.
Your message said something about blood clots or something, right?
Yeah, they thought because I was having dizzy spells and all that kind of thing, right? So the doctor also ordered a scan, or what do they call those scans?
Sonogram.
Yeah, an ultrasound.
Oh,
yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't find any plugs or blockages. Yeah. So
you're waiting for that stuff to come and hit you.
So what other things would you like to learn more about LinkedIn to help you with your business?
I'm interested in finding out. I know you've been on there forever. And so obviously a lot more people are following you than are following me. And you said that you're posting all of your TikTok videos in LinkedIn now, and they tend to bring you better results than just your regular posts. So I'm wondering if I'm not doing as many videos as you are in TikTok to put into LinkedIn. Am I just spinning my wheels doing the posts or the articles?
Okay. So how to get more leads from your posts, or how to post videos? Because we already had that. How to post videos. I'm using Repurpose, guys.
What?
I've got
Sorry.
Repurpose connected up
Talking to
to
my cat.
TikTok, and it's sending posts to LinkedIn and to the stories on YouTube and to Pinterest and to X. Used to be another name. We won't say the other name because then I can't remember X.
I know, I do it all the time.
So that's cool. So we need to have some sessions where you can actually do things while I'm demonstrating. And the best way I can think of to do that is to have you either be watching it on a cell phone or an iPad, and then have your computer open where you can actually do it step by step on your own computer.
I've got a Mac that this Zoom is on, but I've also got a laptop next to me, so I can link that into LinkedIn.
Right. So how are the rest of you fit for that?
I just shrink the screen a little bit, so I've got them both side by side.
Okay, that's good. If you can do that, that's great.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the best way to learn how, is to actually do it on the spot. And then you'll have questions right then, right?
I agree.
And then I can answer them for you and help you. What about you, Kurt? You're muted. You're muted, Kurt. There, no. Now you muted yourself again. There you
Okay.
go.
All right. I'm
Gotcha.
trying to arrange my screens right now. I muted myself because I was talking to my cat. My cat was getting into stuff.
So
but
go ahead.
I was going to say you could go ahead and start if you want. I mean, I'll get there.
I've
Okay.
just got a call coming from my lady, so I'm just going to mute.
Okay. So let's do the groups. Let's do a walkthrough on the groups and finding, because we need to be inviting 5 to 10 people a day to connect with us. And that is just like what we're doing with the news to get people into our newsletters, right? So we need to be inviting these people to connect with us so that we can build our connections on LinkedIn. And then once you get your connections, the way I've been working I always forget this name. Oh,
Algorithm?
no. I was afraid I was going to do this today. Ever since I got sick last week, I've had brain fog, and I've been on medication. But when you do an endorsement, that's the word I'm thinking of.
Yes.
So when you wait and do an endorsement on people or for people after you've been connected to them for at least 6 days. So you don't give them don't connect with them right away and then give them an endorsement right away. You wait for 6 days.
Okay.
And then I put a little blurb together. Hey, I endorsed you for a couple of cool skills. And I use my link for my free survey. and you guys can set up your own free survey on SurveyMonkey. And I use Chat GPT to set up my survey for a really cute, popular one that I've used is the personality styles according to birds. So
Okay.
that one was a really good one. And the thing is with them is they're just free surveys, and they're more for their own interest than anything. And they give me and I also gave you the link that I use on YouTube. There's a guy on there that shows us how to connect our surveys with system.io. Okay, so if you've got the personality styles according to birds, and you set that up on your SurveyMonkey, you can also set it up. It's a little different. You don't need to use SurveyMonkey. You can do it right straight directly onto system.io. And I gave the link to you guys in one of my turbochargers meetings here. So you've got that information that you can access. And if you need the link, if you need the link, let me know. But he was so good about taking us step by step to connect up a survey, just a simple little survey in system.io. And the survey, all the questions and everything were done by Chat GPT. I just said to Chat GPT, please make me a survey with 5 questions on the personality styles according to birds. And voila, came up with all of them completely from scratch. So you guys can go in and edit your surveys if you want. So when I do my endorsements, I will endorse them for a couple of skills, no more than 1 or 2, right? And I'm really surprised how many people don't have any more than maybe 5 people endorse or 5 skills in their skills list, right? Because that's where the endorsements go, is in the skills. But you can have 50. I've seen people with 100 skills listed.
Wow.
And the thing with that, when you endorse people for their skills, those skills are like I've also mentioned that you need to put all those skills at the bottom of your about page, because what they are is keywords. And LinkedIn search engines are super powerful. And if you put your skills all at the bottom of your about page, what they do is they're not there for people to read. They're there for the search engines. And that's why I put them down at the bottom of my about page, because they're at least on my LinkedIn. So we can have those search engines working for us. And they'll show us to more people if we use those skills or keywords, shall we call them.
Yeah.
So I tell them that I've endorsed them for da-da. And I tell them a little tiny bit about my story, how I was introduced to endorsing people on LinkedIn. Because when I first started LinkedIn, people were endorsing me. They were connecting with me right away, and then they were endorsing me right after. And I was so insulted, because I thought, how in the world do they know me? They don't know me.
Yeah.
And I was teaching all my clients not to endorse anybody unless you'd had a virtual coffee with them at least, right? So what I've done as a result of being invited to this big conference that they had in Vancouver when I lived out in the BC area, at the end of this big conference, for our LinkedIn conference, they invited me up to the stage, and they said, would Christine Till come to the stage? We have a special award for you. I about fell out of my chair. Got up on the stage, and they said, you have the most endorsements of anyone in British Columbia.
Wow.
And we want to give you a special award. So they gave me a LinkedIn t-shirt and a LinkedIn notebook and a LinkedIn pen.
Wow.
Yeah. So every
Well,
once in a while, you'll see me wearing my LinkedIn t-shirt.
Okay.
So they told me and they explained on the stage there how important it is to do these endorsements because it's like keywords. And that's what they use when they develop websites. When you have somebody who sets up a website for you, and Michelle talks about that a bit in her little trainings that she does, right? So we want to make sure that we have keywords in throughout our whole profile on LinkedIn. So that's why I say add them on your about page. And you can add keywords at the bottom of descriptions that you've got. You don't put all your keywords in there, but you put the keywords in there that would apply to that description and just add them at the bottom. So I'm going to see if I've got my, I probably don't have it. I'm going to share my screen with you in just a minute here, and I'm going to, I can't remember if I put it up or not. I'm opening up my Word document. There's my blurbs. So I cleaned up my Word document. So I'm going to go and share my screen.
Hey, God wants you to pray for your future.
Share screen. And where's my Word document? There we go. I think that's it. Can you see my Word document, guys?
Your screen is starting to, yep, there it is, popped in.
Okay. So I've been using this little script here. This is, and it's got, now I've taken all my links, my personal links out of this because I want you to add your own survey in this. So I'm going to put this up in the school, in the back of my community.
Okay.
Hope you're doing great. Gave you some cool endorsements on LinkedIn. I used to think that endorsements were totally bogus. Then LinkedIn hit me over the head with a virtual 2x4. I realized their value and started reaching out to my network. Been checking out how people make money effortlessly by saving on their normal day-to-day purchases. And then you put your survey in there, right? But you could change that line to I found I have a really cute survey that you might enjoy having some fun with about personality styles according to birds. But this one is mine. This is what I've done, and I have my own link that I've put together on here. Online is the key to building all types of businesses these days. If you prefer not to check out the survey, feel free to simply return the endorsement. Thanks a bunch. Can't wait to catch up. Cheering your success, Christine. So this is sent out after they've been connected to me for at least 6 days. And I've got different blurbs in here that I've put together. And because of my experience, these blurbs are done according to me. This is me, right? You can put your own blurbs together. Just use mine as a guideline and explain something about yourself, right? So I've got this document that I'm going to put in my back office there in my community has blurbs, all kinds of blurbs that I've put together, and I've removed all the live links. And so these here are a bunch of thanks for joining my network. So when you want to stay in touch with your people, right after they accept a connection request, you send them a thanks for joining my network. And that can be done within the first 24 hours after you've reached out. And then you wait 6 days and then you endorse them, and they feel more like they know you a little bit by that time.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Yeah. And way at the bottom here, I've got responses to question how to succeed in business and how to dominate LinkedIn, blurbs to use. Welcome to my world and my network. There's all different kinds of blurbs I've put in here. Thanks for congratulations, because there's a section in LinkedIn where you can send congratulations to people. And you can, here's a sample connection message. I'm thrilled to have our LinkedIn worlds connected, and so on. Another thanks for connecting message. sample happy birthday message. So there's lots of people that have birthdays, and LinkedIn shows you who's had birthdays, and you can send a happy birthday message to them.
Oh, nice.
So this document, I guess we can call it a document, you can copy and paste them into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT set it up for you, right? I don't want you to copy and paste this to all of these little blurbs directly into your LinkedIn, because it'll cut down the validity of each person's little blurbs that you're using.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it won't be original or
Yeah.
unique.
Well, it's like what YouTube told Michelle. There were so many people sharing her exact videos that what it does is it drives the video down the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, you'll notice I don't use those little icons, those little smiley faces and things. I don't use
emojis.
Yeah, emojis, because the reason I don't is I had a conversation with a guy on Google one time. He was one of the programmers on Google, and he said, the search engines do not know how to read those little emojis. And if you use too many little emojis, use them too often, what the search engines do is they get all excited and they're trying to read your message and find keywords in there, and all those emojis, they get stuck, and they'll drive you way up to the top, and then because they can't read the emojis, they drop you right down to the bottom of the searches.
Wow.
So
that's interesting, because everybody says use emojis for more effect, like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's really interesting.
So that's what he told me. I use the emojis that are in the newsletters that Michelle does for us for our free webinars.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm not putting emojis in absolutely everything I do. And if I use them, I don't use a ton of them in there. Maybe one or two emojis. But the emojis are for people. They're not for the search engines.
Right.
And that's what the guy at Google told me.
Makes sense.
And I've got two sons who are programmers, and they've both said to me that emojis they're for the people, they're not for the search engines.
Sure.
Maybe that's what it was that they were saying to me. It attracts the attention of the person.
That's right.
Rather than okay, cool. Oh, that's good to know. That's really helpful information.
Well, it was for me. I thought that, I couldn't figure out why I was using tons of emojis. This is back 10 years ago. And no, not that far. When did I talk to the Google guy? I talked to him about just before COVID.
As I say, it's probably pre-COVID, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you go all the way down, you'll see all different kinds of birthday messages that I've got on there. And down at the very, very bottom, you'll see messages to connect, invite to connect, and look at my company, right? So I've taken all my own links out of here and left it so that you can put your own links if you want. But here's another thing. LinkedIn is very conscientious about bots. They hate bots. And if they think you're a bot, you can get your account frozen.
Yeah.
Or even completely locked down, never get it back again. So when you're sending messages out through the groups, I use one message maybe 3 to 5 times. And then I switch and I use message number 2 for 3 to 5 times. And then I use number 3 for 3 to 5 times. And I change it to different numbers of times. So I might use message number 1 twice. I might use message number 2 3 times. I might use message number 3 1 time. And so that the search engines know that it's not a robot. It's not a bot.
Using them.
So I'm always thinking how to fly under the radar of their
Exactly.
search
yeah.
engines, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
So I've got 6 different messages that I use, and that's how I do it. And I've mentioned to you before, I've done as many as 110 messages through the groups to different people.
Mhm.
Mm.
I didn't get flagged, and I'm using the free platform. I'm not on a paid platform right now. I'm
Yeah.
debating whether I'm going to get back on a paid platform. And I find that it's good that I'm on the free, because then you guys can relate more to what I'm telling you, right? What I'm showing you.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm going to put this into the back office of my community so that you guys can have a place to go and get some ideas, because that was my biggest challenge
Mm.
from 2011 until the last, well, actually, until I met Michelle. She's been a wonderful, well, no, actually, I've had a couple of LinkedIn coaches that have helped me with the blurbs for LinkedIn. But you just need to have, so for the invites, for the birthday messages, for the congratulations, because there's a section where you can congratulate people. You can take those. I've got different samples in here that you can use. And so when you're congratulating people and saying happy birthday to people, if you don't use the LinkedIn preset greeting,
Mhm.
and you want to use your own, and you want to say something different to each person. So you need to
Sure.
rotate. So
That's a good
that's
idea.
why I've got so many different birthday greetings and invites to connect kinds of greetings, because I'm trying to fly under the radar all the time of the search engines.
One of
So
my pet
any questions?
peeves is the LinkedIn pre-written or automatic response or greeting, whatever. It always says congrats, not congratulations to
Yeah.
people. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's too informal or something. I just don't like it.
Well, every once in
So
a
I spell
while,
it out.
yeah, every once in a while, I will use the LinkedIn one just to mix it up, right? So
Yeah.
that the search engines think that I'm a person.
Stop it now. What you
I
want?
always spell out congratulations.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing too. I very seldom ever say congrats, but I will use their blurb and make that into the full word, congratulations. Okay, I'm going to
Christine,
stop my share.
I have one question.
Okay.
You said that when you first started doing this, you were spending many, many hours a day in front of your computer. What do you do nowadays, since you're still connecting in all your groups and everything?
Yeah, I'm doing about 4 hours a day now.
Okay, so I don't feel like I'm too far off.
No. There are times that I put in a little bit more because I'm still busy setting up my community and I want to get my community paying me. So I've been spending a little bit more time with that. And I do a full hour, and sometimes I've done as much as an hour and a half on my TikTok live.
Mm.
So Michelle teaches us to start with 15 minutes and then go up to a half hour and then up to maybe 45 minutes and up to an hour on our TikTok lives, right?
Mm.
Well, I didn't do that. I went bang, an hour.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, no,
It
not me.
makes you wonder what you're going to talk about, but you just get into a flow and you're up there.
Yeah,
And
well,
if you've got the engagement, it's not hard. Like last night, I was about 45 minutes, which was good because I had people asking questions. So, yeah, I get it.
yeah. Well, I went into Chat GPT and I asked Chat GPT what some engagement and icebreaker questions were that I could ask people
Yeah.
on my TikTok live.
Mhm.
Oh, what's an
So,
idea?
so write that down, engagement and icebreaker questions.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to show you my page, but it's, there's questions in here like, have you ever tried making money online before? How did it go?
Mm.
And what's your biggest struggle with starting an online business?
Mm-hmm.
And if you could work just 2 hours a day and make enough to live comfortably, would you do it?
And you use those as your hooks, don't you, when you go on TikTok, Christine?
Yeah,
You
I've used a lot of these for my hooks as well.
yeah. And then you say, well, join me on my live.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
yeah. So I
Mhm.
didn't do a live today because we left here at 6 o'clock this morning, or shortly after 6, maybe 6:30, because I had to go into Edmonton and get my passport renewed. I've got a granddaughter graduating from her with her bachelor's degree in May, on May the 3rd. And I just discovered that my passport had expired. So we made a rush, and I was rushing like crazy to get back here so we could do this turbochargers, because this is very important for me.
Mm.
I didn't want to cop out on you for 2 weeks in a row. So then there's some call to action questions they gave me.
Mm.
And I asked them for some pain points and problem awareness questions, and some solution-based and curiosity questions.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all different kinds of questions that you can ask them for. And I get these ideas from Michelle, guys.
Yeah. She's very good, isn't she?
Yeah. I don't know how she does what she does. I just have a tremendous amount of admiration for her. I don't know
Absolutely.
how she keeps on going. I don't know how she did a TikTok when she was full-blown food poisoning. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Was that recently, or was that when she couldn't do one of our trainings? She was,
That was about a year ago. She was in Mexico or something, and she had food poisoning.
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's great. How did she do that?
I don't know. So I'm going to stop the share of this screen, and I'm going to share my LinkedIn now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go in, share screen. See if I can find my LinkedIn. I think I found the search engine. Oh, I thought I was logged in. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Oh, got to get I have everything set to double opt in. Yes, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There, it's coming up. So I'm going to go slowly through this, okay? Because I want you guys to really catch on to this. This has been, I've got a total of over 23,000 followers and connections on LinkedIn. But I've built it up over 14 years, guys, right? It's taken me 14 years. But one thing I know is you need to add more people on a daily basis. And because LinkedIn has clamped down so hard on how many people we can actually click to connect, and they've limited us to like 5. If you're brand new and just getting started, you're going to be lucky if you've been inactive and haven't been inviting people to connect with you. You're going to be lucky if you can invite 3 to 5 people a day.
Yeah.
Because LinkedIn's going to send you a message that'll say you've reached your limit for the day or for the week or for the month, right?
Mm.
When they do that, that's when you jump into your groups. So I go into my network first. That's the first thing I do every day. And I check to see who's inviting me to connect with them. And he's inviting me to come to an event. I'm going to ignore because I don't have time to come to all these events.
Yeah.
Follows you and inviting you to connect. He's an industrial trainee and farmer research analytical Center. She's in Mumbai. I don't think I'm going to connect with her. Susan Jeremiah invited me to come to her networking mixer. I'm going to probably go to that because I know Susan for many years now. She's been following me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I've had people who have been following me for over 10 years.
Wow.
And they've signed up for the Legacy Builder program.
Wow, that's awesome.
And what the common thing that they tell me is I'm the only LinkedIn coach or strategist that they've seen posting regularly on LinkedIn.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I've mentioned this before, I think, but Gary Vee did a video where I think he was at a conference, and
Yes.
he said that LinkedIn is kind of like Facebook used to be years ago, where people are there's not that much great content being posted on there, and they're not posting regularly. I mean, that's the
Right.
impression I got from what he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you sent me a link, or you sent a link somewhere. I was watching Gary Vee, a presentation. He's a very good speaker.
Yeah, he is. He gets right to the point.
Yeah. So on your network, if you click on my network
Mm-hmm.
and you go down to the bottom here, where you have all these people are there because LinkedIn has thought that they might be a good fit for you based on what's in your profile. Okay. So there's a business development manager here,
Mm-hmm.
CEO, owner at Hummingbird, founder. And you just go through these, and I only do 5 each day, if I can get 5. And I find people who are I try to find people who are in network marketing, who are MLMers, home-based business, or entrepreneurs are good, or people who are looking for work. See, open to work. I'm going to ask, she's self-employed. So I'm going to invite her to connect.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily connect with the wellness people unless they say, so I see a clue somewhere really quickly that they're in network marketing.
Okay.
So I'm just quickly skimming through. And if there is no picture in their headshot, this person's open to work. So I'm going to click on her. That's 2. And I'm working down.
What if they say they're in digital marketing?
I don't usually connect with them because they're looking to do work. They want you to hire them.
What if they're unemployed? Would you look at them because you don't know what their financial situation is or why they're unemployed? Hey.
Yeah, well, I do connect with people who are unemployed, and there's been the odd one who said that they were retired, and so I will go see what groups they're in, and then see if I'm in a group that we both are in, and then I'll send them a direct message and ask them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The groups are the key to success on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Huge. So director of sales, inbound area manager, marketing, founder, marketing proposal. And you go through and you just click on 3 to 5 people that you click on the connect button, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to try and connect to too many people because you don't want to use up all your inventory, but quite often you'll get a message even after 3 requests to connect.
Okay.
And these ones that are for following, I don't usually pay any attention to the following people unless there's somebody that I know really well that I think would be a really good person to follow. It's the ones that have the connect button that I'm looking for. Here's a business owner at Wild Touch Engraving. No, I don't think so. So master the art of franchising. I'm going to connect with this guy. So that's number 3. Mortgage agent, scaling companies, travel advisor. I'm going to connect for this one. That's number 4. Or is that number 5? Okay, I'm going to stop there. So now I'm going to go into the groups. So once I've done that, I'll go into the groups, and you go up to these 9 dots. I call it my crosshatch, and you click on the groups, and you click on the little blue man where you have joined groups. Now, if you have not joined very many groups, don't try to join a whole bunch of groups all at the same time in one day. LinkedIn will only let you join a maximum of about 7 to 10 groups at a time. So what'll happen is, see this requested button? There's your groups. These are groups that you've been accepted into. And then this requested button, that's the groups. So all my groups that I have requested to join have accepted me in, right? There's none here in my list.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have people in the requested list, you watch them for a couple of weeks. And if they don't invite you to join their group, then you can uninvite yourself.
It doesn't show you on that requested one, Christine, like how long ago you requested. Is there a way of finding out? Do you click on the group name?
That's a really good question. I like that.
Mm.
Well, let's search.
Would you repeat that, please? I missed that. I'm sorry.
I've got one that's sitting in the requested, so it doesn't tell you when you requested it. So I'm just wondering if there's a way to find out, and I can't see it when I click on the group either. So it's like,
I usually make a note in my notebook of when I've requested to join groups. I have a certain page in one of my notebooks that I just, so I've got just a notepad like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I just can make notes as to different ones that I've invited to connect, or that I have requested to join.
Yeah, even clicking on the name, it doesn't seem to give you the
No.
information. So maybe there's nothing. I'll have to start making a note.
Yeah. I've been doing it for years now.
Yeah.
So when you want to look for your groups, you're going to go, you click that search button down at the bottom here. Click on search. And then
Where did you go? Sorry.
I went down to the very bottom of the page.
Oh, search. Yes, yes.
Yeah, and you click on search. Now they've come up with some suggestions based on my profile without me putting anything in there other than the word groups, right? But I'm going to make the search a little bit wider, and I'm going to say home-based business. There's home-based, it pops up because I've used it so much. So all of these selections show up, but you want to make sure you have the groups highlighted, okay? So you want to look for groups that have 3,000 or more members, because you're in those groups just searching for people who might want to connect with you. And once you've gone through the group and you're not getting any more connections, you might want to just leave the group, right? So that's what I do. I just leave the group, and then they can't tell if you've left the group.
Yeah, right.
If there's more than 3,000. Because I don't like sticking out like a sore thumb and making people wonder why I'm leaving them. So these are really great groups to be part of, because they have like 12,000, 7,000, 8,000. This one's not very good. It's only got 2,000 members. This is 1,398 members. So you have to be really careful. And as you go further out into the other pages, you'll find that there's less and less members. So your first page usually has the most members in the groups. I'll just show you here. I'll go, let's see, go into page 4. See how small these groups are? Now this one has 11,000 members. This is out of the ordinary, but it's Zango. And I don't know if you guys have had any connection with Zango. But still, there might be people in that organization that don't like their company.
Mhm.
So there's just, most of them just have just a few members, right?
Yeah.
So I don't usually waste my time by going past the first 1 or 2 or maybe 3 pages.
Okay.
So let's change this to, let's go to network marketing. There we go, comes up right away.
How do you not be too particular on who you're connecting with?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
What's your
Well,
criteria?
if I go down and I see the ones they recommend and then I read what's underneath it, and then I'm sitting there analyzing, well, is this a good one or is this not a good one?
Yeah. Good question.
Basically, you have to go through it person by person. Oh, come on. It's not doing a search. It's not doing the search the way I want it to be done. There we go. Groups. Groups. Okay. Now I want to go into, let's try MLM. There we go. So there's some really big groups when you go to MLM. And there's some really small ones. And there's only 3 pages of them. Because what they're doing now is instead of using MLM, they're using network marketing. So some of these groups are really, 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 really tiny, 1 member. So I'm going to go back to page 1. And so I haven't even requested to join most of these groups. But if it says view posts, that means you're already in the group. If it says join, that means you're not in the group yet. You have to request to join. But I won't ask any of these other groups for me to join. I won't ask them to accept me because they'll be able to see me when I leave because they're so small. I'll work through the inventory super fast, right?
Yeah, right.
So I'm going to go back and hit this little back arrow up here in the top left. And I'm going to go into my own groups here. So if I go back far enough, I've done a fair amount of searches here. It won't let me go back any farther, so I have to go right into my groups. Okay, so let's go to Marketing to Women Network. And you click on the Show All button. And then you start doing searches, and you start with A, and then you go A, B, A, C, A, D. And then when you finish going through the whole alphabet on the right side, then you go to B, A, B, 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 C, B, D. And that's how you double work through your inventory. Does that make sense? Okay. So this person is an owner, photographer. Next one's content marketing, product marketing, accounting analyst, helps female solopreneurs get visible abs and gain confidence. If they speak another language in their profile, I don't look at them either. I just don't have time to go and use Google search or Google Translate, they call it. This person is a business owner. And so I would check this person out. Right click, open link in new tab. So it's opening up this link in the new tab. The reason you do the right click is because you fly under the radar of the person, their profile, and you also fly under the radar of the LinkedIn search engines. So they're in Cleveland, Ohio. They have 51 connections. They're in 3 mutual groups with me. I don't think that they're going to be somebody that's going to be appropriate. They're not my group, right? So I would just close that and move on to the next. Financial advisor, brand positioning, certified marketer, digital marketing consultant. So you need to go through and look at all these profiles and see if they fit. Helping online business directors and entrepreneurs to take the steps for HMRC. No, that won't work. So I've got to change my search and go to AB. See how it changes?
Yeah.
So this person's a nutritionist, a business strategist, healthcare business strategist. I'll take a check here. See, I'll look at her profile. Tanya, healthcare business strategist, nursing advocate, go-to-market expert, hospital network builder, digital health and innovator, writer, public speaker. So she's in Florida. Because we have quite a few women who are nurses who have come into the legacy program.
We do.
Yeah. So I think what I would do is follow her. This is one of the few people that I will follow. I'm not feeling really comfortable in actually asking her to connect, but if you follow somebody, you really don't have to send them a direct message right away. And I like to see if they reach out and want to talk to me, right?
Yeah.
So let's go back into our other search here. Digital marketing specialist in social media strategies. So this is probably a person who's looking to get hired to do marketing for us. The baby boomer solution, help network marketers. Okay, this one looks like a really good one. I'm not even going to go search her. I'm going to just send her a little message. Oh, I've already sent her a message. Ta-da. So now you guys see proof of me doing this. And I don't worry about if they get back to me right away. I've had people get in touch with me that I've connected with in 2020.
Yeah.
I sent them a message in 2020, and finally, because people don't know how to use LinkedIn, right? And they go to Facebook right away or to Instagram right away. I do reach out to realtors every once in a while, but this looks like they're into programming. So they probably, the programmers I've noticed haven't been very, maybe I'm not very persuasive or they aren't persuadable to look at something else. Strategizing towards solutions. Oh, that looks good. She's a second level connection. That's another thing you want to make note of. If you're connected to them already, you definitely don't need to reach out to them right away, right? But if you're not, so I'm going to send her a message. Okay, so I just said, I noticed that we are both in the Marketing to Women group. Tell me what inspired you to start using LinkedIn. I would love to learn more about what you do. Let's connect and find ways to collaborate, Christine. Very simple. And then I'll just click send. I can't find my send button.
I
Oh.
can see it.
Yeah, my black bar was in the way. There we go.
What if I find a group that's called Women in Business, Women to Women?
If it's got a lot of members, over 3,000 members, that would be worth checking it out and request to join and then see what happens. You can search the group out more once they've accepted you.
Okay.
And you can always leave if you don't find that it's an appropriate group for you. But you see what happens when you send a message through the groups, you get this little blue icon. And that is a connect button. Do not click this button. Because that will alert the LinkedIn search engines to tell them that you've used up one of your connect inventory list or whatever you call that. So you don't want to click on that. The thing is, you want to make your message short and inspiring enough that they want to click that little button.
Yeah, right.
You want to get them to click the button and use up their invites. Okay, then you just close it down after you've sent it. And you keep looking for the next person. Help female business owners sleep better. Well, we can help female business owners sleep better too. Let's see if there's enough in there. Oh, I don't think she's in network marketing, but I'm going to right click on her name and just double check.
You know, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, I'm not?
No.
I can see it.
You can't see it?
I can see it.
Okay.
It says I'm sharing.
I can see the list of people.
Yeah, that's all there is a list of people there. Can you see that, Donna?
No, I haven't got it for some reason. I don't know why. I've just got us on the screen.
Wow.
Hmm.
Why is that, I wonder?
That's weird.
So, I hesitate to stop my share because when I do that, what it does is it splits up the video. And I never can get it to connect properly.
That's okay.
You can always watch the video after. Sorry about that. Gee.
No, that's not
imagine.
your fault. If everybody else can see it, I'm not sure why I'm not.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Strange.
Oh, yes, I do that a lot, Kurt.
Visualization is good.
Especially as a law of attraction coach, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Okay. I didn't realize you're in LOW.
There's Abby
Oh,
here.
excuse me.
So I've got Abby's profile up. I help her sleep better, stress less, double her energy. Let's see what she says on her about page. Marketing to Women Network. Imagine jumping out of vantage point. I kind of think she is not involved with any kind of network marketing. I think she's more of a traditional business owner. So I'm not going to invite her to connect with me. So this is what you do. You just work through these searches. And I don't see anything much yet. So I'm going to change the search to the next one. Boy, that changed fast.
Hmm.
When people have their degrees listed up here, to me, that's a turn off as well, because they are really into themselves and all of their education.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they don't realize the message that they're sending is not what they think they're sending.
Yeah.
So here's a licensed realtor. I reach out to them every once in a while because we have so many realtors that have bought the program. Because here's what happens. I sold real estate for a few years before I had my whole passel of kids. And I specialized in farms and ranches. And I was with Block Brothers, and they gave us a little code to use a corner of the company's email platform. And so I built an email list and I was messaging my people. But then we moved to Red Deer and I left Block Brothers. Somebody bought Block Brothers out and I went to Century 21. Well, I lost my whole email list because it was attached to the company site. And there was no way that I could lift my people off there and put them in another email site. So I had to build from scratch my Century 21 people. And then when I left Century 21, I lost my list there again. So that's what the attraction is for realtors. So if you've got some friends or people you know that are in real estate, this is a really good opportunity for them to be able to shine for their people and be able to own their own list and not have to worry about losing their list if they happen to change real estate offices.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, we're after 5 here.
Time flies.
It really does. So is it more clear as you've watched me work through searching for people?
I think so.
Yeah.
You got
Yes.
the picture? So don't be afraid to just scroll through and like accountants don't usually want to join. Accountants don't want to join any opportunities. But look at here, seeking for new opportunities. Da-da-da-da.
There you
So
go.
let's send a message to this young person. She's a second level connection. Look at that. I've already sent her an invitation to connect.
It sounds like she's in Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
Simple 2-hour workday.
Yeah, the blueprint I'm using helps us learn how to
Yeah.
make. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's me. That's my message I sent to her.
Oh,
No, that's me.
I thought it was hers. Well, I did see she does
She
say
said
digital
here,
marketing.
"Hi, Christine. Would love to know more about automated online business opportunities. Would you please briefly share what it's all about?" Da, 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 da. So I sent her this. So she has responded to me.
And Christine, where you know your questions, your cheat sheet, let's call it that. Which are you going to put it in the classroom, or where would you be placing that?
All my blurbs?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to put them in the classroom.
In the turbochargers?
In the Thriveability for Seniors.
Yeah, LinkedIn
No, I
turbochargers.
won't. I'm going to have a separate, oh, you can have more than one in there, can't you?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can put it in with the turbochargers.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
Then it'll be easy
yeah,
for
that'd
you
be
to find.
convenient.
Yeah. Beautiful. I just want to
Awesome.
know where to go looking.
Yeah.
You know, because time is everything.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you wouldn't have to spend a whole bunch of time. Well, if I was to put it in its own separate module, I would have it titled so that you'd be able to find it.
Yeah, I get it.
So you
That's-
you saw this one was seeking for new opportunities in digital marketing, right?
Yep,
I didn't
that's
see
when
that.
you were gonna click
Yeah.
on.
Sorry, I know you didn't see it, Donna.
I'm joking. Having some fun.
Go ahead and pronounce her name.
She says here, Nur. She's got it in brackets, Nur.
Okay. Nurzamo or something.
Nurzamo, I think is how you say it, but I just have been addressing her as Nur.
Mhm.
Not nerd.
No.
I'm just going to quick go through this page. See, you don't want to be like this person's put here, named one of the top 15 coaches in Indianapolis by Influence Digest in 2024. You could put that in your about page, but you don't put it on your headline. Your headline has to speak to the people that are your perfect customers.
Mm.
Yeah. If I saw that, I don't care. Like, so what if she's one of the top 15 coaches? What's she going to do for me? Right? That's what
Yeah.
goes through everybody's heads. How are
Yeah.
they going to help me? What are they going to do for me? I mean, she's listed her Bachelor of Science. And sure, she's probably really proud to have that. It takes a lot of work to get your bachelor's degree or your master's or whatever degree it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But look at else. Down here, she's got some hashtags. Open to work. You see this? Open to work. She's a third level connection. So I'm going to send her a message. Okay, so I just said, hi, Danielle. I see that you're open to work. Would you like to share with me exactly what you're looking for? I would love to learn more about you and how we can help each other. Christine.
And is that one of your blurbs that you use? One of your
I've done so many blurbs that they just come. I don't necessarily have to copy and paste anymore.
Mm.
Sure.
So I'm just going to send this off.
I was asking more because I can't see it.
Yeah, that's okay, sweetheart. So I think we'll stop it there. So I hope I've given you guys enough to go by so that you can be able to do your own searches in the groups.
Sure.
You think you guys can do that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think
Any
it's
questions before we close.
no, I think it's
How
resonating.
do I get past not being able to log in on my laptop or my tablet?
Well, what did John tell you?
He just said to try another browser, but that doesn't seem to do any better.
Okay, send him a message and tell him that.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you tried an incognito window as well? Like, because other browsers one thing, but an incognito window?
That I have not tried.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah, I wonder if that would work.
I think part of it has to do with Google.
Yeah.
So I've got my LinkedIn. I use my LinkedIn through my Microsoft search engine.
Yeah.
I don't go into LinkedIn through Google. So just maybe I designate only certain social media platforms to go in Google and LinkedIn, and my personalized email, my domain email. I use them with the Microsoft Edge only. I don't use them so I don't mix up the different search engines that I'm using. So you might want to try that.
Definitely.
I have a notebook. Like I keep password books, guys. You see my password books? They're just coil books.
Yeah.
And I write down in this book the email that I'm using, the password that I'm using for that. So this one I'm looking at right now is Dropbox, because I use Dropbox all the time. And then I put in off to the right side, I'll put Google or Edge or Firefox, whichever search engine I'm using for that platform.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a couple of books of passwords. My two sons that are programmers have told me not to use the password storage systems online
What is that?
because they can be hacked.
Yeah, I don't use them either, but
No, I've got all my passwords written in these books.
yeah.
Are there any other questions?
No, that's been
me.
really good, Christine. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
very
I
much.
just want to help any way I possibly can, you guys.
Yep, appreciate that.
Such a giver, such a lovely lady.
Mm.
I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to close it down. You have a great rest of your week, and you can always message through this community. If you've got questions, feel free to message a question through the community here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
will do.
Glad to see you're feeling better and have a great trip.
Thank you. I'm so
When are
looking
you,
forward to
heading
this.
off?
May the 3rd.
Oh, that's right. It was a little way off. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go. They did a rush upgrade or update on my passport, so it's going to be ready for me to pick up on the 23rd of April. So I'll drive
Nice.
into the city and be able to get it.
So where are
Yeah.
you going?
I'm going down to Chicago area,
Ah,
Illinois, actually. My oldest granddaughter or oldest grandchild is graduating with her bachelor's
oh,
degree.
great.
Yeah. So I'm
What
really looking
college?
forward to that.
What school?
Making more memories. Love it.
Hillsdale. She went to Hillsdale
Okay,
or has
nice.
been going to Hillsdale.
Christian college, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
our family has rented a big house down there, Airbnb,
Okay,
so that we can take over the house and have our own privacy and celebrations, as well as go to her big ceremony.
Yeah.
great, great.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right, guys.
go see
All
you guys.
right,
Have a great day.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.